Hello, Instagram. It's a pleasure to be with you in virtual space, which is the new reality that we're all in here. Um, for those of you who don't know me, I am Ryan Amador. I am a singer-songwriter, theater maker, performer, person, and also the co-founder of the Future Perfect Project, which is where you are right now. And I co-founded it with James Lacine almost 3 years ago. And we have been traveling the country ever since, working with queer youth all over the country, doing storytelling and songwriting workshops to help y'all or them, depending on who you are watching, express yourselves. We believe that your self-expression is a declaration of the future that's becoming, and so that's why we do what we do. And ever since this quarantine began, we've been doing digital workshops online, which many of you have been part of. So without further ado, we have our first FPP Live, which is basically, this is just going to be an interview episode, I guess, with queer artists about their process, how they arrived at where they are today, their artistry, etc., etc. And the first guest today is my dear friend, Queen Trashley, who also goes by A. Renee and also goes by Ashley Renee Clopton, depending on where she is in the world. So I'm going to invite her. And this is new for me, so we'll see if I get through the glitches. Hey!
Am I sideways? Here we go.
Now you're good.
Am I sideways now?
Now you're sideways, although maybe it's a good, certainly.
I know, I like the aesthetic.
Certainly fitting.
No, I think I'll be right ways.
Yes. In all the right ways.
How are you?
I'm well. I just got to LA, where you also are. So here it's hot and 4 p.m. for those of you in other places.
Very, very hot. Very much 4 p.m.
Yeah. Oh, and I should say, I don't know if that many people are watching live yet, but you can ask questions. So if you're watching live, if you ask questions, we'll answer them later on. I just almost spit out my gum, which would have been a good effect.
That would have been really funny, and I'm sad it didn't happen.
So, hi.
Hi.
So for those of you who don't know, which is all of you, Ashley was probably my guardian angel in college. We went to a small school in New York City, and learned.
Did you call our school a small school?
I'm just joking, but we learned how to be artists, I guess, or how to not be artists. It depends.
Maybe how to not be artists.
It really depends on the day. And Ashley, you've been living in Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Since 2012.
I moved to Chicago in 2012. Yeah, days after graduation.
Wild.
And then I moved to LA in January 15th of this year.
And then this all happened. What's it like making art in the quarantine? Are you still going? Are you still going strong? Has it been harder or easier?
Well, it's definitely completely different in every single way.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would love to, stop and have a full break for a year of quarantine, but that's not an option. So now, staying home all day and trying to make art is all about finding inspiration to have something to make art about. So I guess that's the biggest thing that's changed for me, because usually I would need to be out in the world to come back to writing and have things to write about. But hey, now we have a 24-hour news cycle that gives us plenty.
Yeah, it's like taking like a current events class and at all times, which I absolutely love.
Yeah, pretty much.
I have a list of questions. This is our first time doing this,
You
so
do. You have a list of questions.
honestly, and I don't think I've ever interviewed anyone, so you're my first time ever interviewing anyone.
In your whole life, Ryan, that's so funny.
I've been interviewed. I just like I never interviewed anyone. So this is a start, and it's very exciting. And again,
Wow.
if you're here, you can write questions and save me from my list.
This better be the best fucking interview ever.
Save Ashley from my list, and we're gonna try our best. Ashley informed me that Instagram doesn't like if you play more than 30 seconds of a song. So
yeah, you know, it changed like I guess like a month ago, tops, like really recently.
So we're just gonna play. I'm gonna play a little bit, I think, and I'm gonna try and play it through my beats, and we're gonna see if that works a little later on.
Like your Beats like speakers or like your Beats headphones? Oh, that's totally not gonna work, right?
It might work. It might work. If it doesn't, we'll try something else. But you'll have to.
Well, I can always play stuff. I have a big speaker.
Okay, that would be better. And you might even know the exact spots better than I do. I have some ideas, but okay. So before for those who don't know, you're a rapper, and do you still consider yourself a comedy artist, or how would you define all the sides of your artistry right now or over time? Like, what kind of artist do you feel you are right now?
Right now, I just feel like I'm an artist, period. So, kind of a complicated question.
No, that's good. But
but in every way, I mean, I do some of everything. My main piece of work, my main body of work is Glitter Money. Obviously, my band is my life. But yeah, I still also am writing and doing all the things. Still have sitcom scripts sitting under this desk. Still have a spec that is no longer relevant at all. Still doing everything. I mean, the goal is total domination. So.
And what, like, in terms of the idea of being an artist, and I think some of these questions I'm asking because obviously I'm an artist too, and I could talk through them myself. But like, when was the first time? Like, what's the first piece of art you can remember where you were like, I'm an artist? Which is a hard question.
Oh, geez, like high school, maybe. Yeah, I guess probably back in high school, like some of the first stuff I was directing in my theater class is like, yo, this is better than Spring Awakening, which is on Broadway right now, because the year is 2008. So probably starting back in high school.
Yeah. Do you know what it was?
Yeah, it was actually kind of similar to that crazy class that we both had in college where we both created things. Anyway, it was a piece that was completely like written and directed by me, and I wasn't in it. I did not Tyler Perry it, but I was on the outside directing it. And it was about high school and suicide and emotions, all those beautiful high school emotions. And I think at the end it involved someone jumping in the pit of the theater, which is, in hindsight, totally could have been more safe about that, but hey, it worked out.
And then, so you're a theater. So back then, you're a theater artist. Did you feel like there were any sparks of being a rapper or a hip hop artist at all, or like?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been writing, I guess, since I was like in middle school. I've been writing music since then. I've been writing lyrics and very aggressive poetry since then. And I like recently stumbled upon the most ridiculous thing ever. You have to see this. Okay, check it out. We're live. Things are happening. A pile of all of my journals.
No, I was about to say, like, your journals. I feel so lucky to be interviewing you as someone with insight, but like watching you write in your journals in school was one of, like, they were works of art.
They were.
Like with drawings and like mind maps, and you just like followed your heart at every point, and none of us like had any idea what was going on, but we knew like, because we never read them, they were totally for you. And I think that's such a key of something that I know about you, which is like, you've always, to me, always been led by what you want to make for you, not necessarily like anyone else's business or interest in what you're going to do or what path you're on. You've always made it for you. I think that comes right down to those journals.
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's so important in art right now. If you get even a little bit caught up in anything you see on the internet, like any kind of negative talk, pretty much just doomed to repeat that in your head over and over and over and over and over again. So it makes making art a lot easier when I just try to make shit that I like.
Do you feel like you know why or when your relationship with yourself, assuming that what I just said is true, that like you're an audience, like you're one of your most prominent audience members, do you feel like you know why that is, or why you have such a good like art relationship with yourself as the audience as well? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't know, right? Like, for as long as I can remember, all I've thought of in terms of making art was to try to make what I wasn't seeing, and to try to make stories that I felt would relate to me that didn't exist. So it kind of, I guess, spurred the whole making things for myself. And then being in Glitter Money became making things that I liked, and then making things that I thought Tay would laugh about. So.
And Trashley is Ashley's partner in crime with Glitter Money. They're a duo. Would you call it a duo?
We just call it a band and move on.
Yes, I see Glitter Money is just.
I feel like I'm like at solo and ensemble in high school playing the flute.
No, it's so great. So okay, so you go to Chicago.
Yes.
You start a comedy group.
Yeah, well, actually, so I went to NYU for 3 years with you, and so that third year I went to Chicago and was there and did Second City's comedy studies program. So that's actually where I started the comedy group. So technically, the first comedy group I was in, Production, started in 2011, and then we didn't all move back to Chicago until summer 2012.
And then, how did Glitter Money begin?
So many years later. So that was 2012, and it was fucking dope. And a lot of people don't know this, but my comedy group also did a lot of rapping, a lot of comedy rap. And we put out this whole album that is still on SoundCloud to this day called Slam Dunction. And it's fucking dope. It's so dope. It's so dope. It's so funny. Very good comedy album. Anyway, so Glitter Money started in 2017, but Tay is watching this, so Tay, if that's wrong, just comment below. Like, it feels right, but I don't know. It's hard to pinpoint because me and Tay Slay have been friends since 2008. So,
but like, what happened? Like, how did it happen? Like, how did this group? Was it a whim? Was it like a mission? Because there's such a mission in listening to the music, and I'm always curious if that's just so casual or if there's like a clear directive of what's happening and keeping it all like so impactful. Like, whether that's deliberate. Like, there was a meeting, like we're making a rap group and what we're gonna do, or if it's always just been the two of you like riffing off each other.
Well, Ryan, you know me, you know there's always a meeting.
I assume so, but I've always like, I don't know much about the inception of
Yeah, it's always the number one question. And in early interviews, we used to be like, we just got drunk and then we made a rock group. That's actually not what happened at all. So I was still performing comedy and had been performing comedy for years. and really enjoying the rap aspect of it. And Tay had also been doing comedy and theater in Chicago, and I always call her a professional actor because she is. And she'd been working at theaters all over the city, and both of us were doing all the comedy theaters, of course. Tay was actually in a comedy rap improv group right before Glitter Money. And so because she was in a comedy rap improv group, which is so specific, I love it. And because I was in a comedy group that did rap, we both happened to perform in a comedy rap festival together after being best friends for 8 years. And so after that same year, we were like, you know what? It's ridiculous that we haven't started performing together. What do we like? Rapping. All right, let's do this. So it was a very, very conscious decision that we were about to start something maybe that only we listen to, or maybe huge. Our first couple songs we wrote only we will hear these.
No, it's so helpful to hear that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of been, every single step has been incredibly deliberate.
And would you say the group does have a super clear mission statement, or is it an emotional
We do have a mission
outlet?
statement. We actually just tuned it up last week. It's funny that you asked. We do have a mission statement. It is on our website. It's long.
Can I read it or no? Can I find it?
No, challenge people to go to
Oh,
glittermoney.com.
that's good. Glittermoney.com. I'm even going to write it.
It's really hard to remember because it's just my band name.
3 Y's, right?
Sorry?
3 Y's in the .com?
3 Y's.
3 Y's. Okay. So I want to remind the people who are here, you can ask us questions. I think if you choose that little button with a question mark and a square, and then we'll ask Ashley, Trashley, A. Renee, multiple aliases, these questions if you have them. In a second, I'd love to, now that we're in the Glitter Money world, I think I would love to play something. I don't know, how easy is it for you to get a selection of Nasty up?
Well, it depends. What part of Nasty do you want to hear?
It's so hard to choose 30 seconds. I had a whole 90-second choice. And then
I don't really understand.
Ash was like, nope, not 90 seconds. I would say, can you go from the end, right into the Heavenly Be Evil rap bars verse? From the very end of that chorus?
Yeah, so good.
I can find it also. Do you want me to find it?
Yeah, so the end
I can so find it. Give me a second.
Okay.
I feel like a DJ right now.
I'll just sit here and look cute. Ryan, I forgot that you're in California right now. That's crazy.
It landed today.
Oh my goodness, wow.
Okay, 112. We'll go 112 to 140 of Nasty. This is a song called Nasty off of Glitter Money's latest full-length album, Binge.
Cool.
So it might be hard to hear, but do your best.
Okay, do you want me to play it or are you playing it?
You play it. I'm scared of these being not a good idea. I can try. Should we try?
Okay.
Let me try. Great. Tell me how it goes.
Okay, Ryan, I can just rap it.
Really?
I think so. Let me check with myself. Yeah.
Okay.
Myself said that maybe I know it.
Okay. That'd be amazing. Exclusive.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Amanda. I love you. Tay, feel free to just pop in for ad-libs. So you're thinking, so this is Nasty. Don't make me. Okay, cool. So this will be great. Here we go. Heavenly bitch, evil rap bars, knocked down 20 times, I still go hard. To the top, getting top, you can't top me, you can't stop me, you can't knock me. Trashley, a new addiction, fuck go around, be a new affliction. Code switching, watch my addiction, then blow shit up, demolition. I'm blowing off bullshit with bondage and blows, bombarding these bitches, I burn shit and go. Baking my brilliance, basking my brags, baking boys, break for your fire, breaking bread, they juice and they nothing, my dynamite flow. The dynamite don't shine, G money got the dope. Dancing my drugs, drinking my dreams, dropping it down dangerously.
Yes! That was a surprise for anyone watching. That was an exclusive surprise. And I will say, also, the production on this song is so good. I think, I don't want to have a favorite, but I think it is my favorite on this album.
A producer that we both worked with.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you, that was amazing. I was reading while you were doing it, which is hilarious.
Like the lyrics.
The lyrics are on Rap Genius if you look them up, anyone watching. Where did this song come from? Can you speak to the beginning, middle, end of this journey?
Yeah, so Nasty was probably one of the first songs we started writing for Binge. And it's probably my favorite song on Binge. Super K, close second. And yeah, the whole point was to make something that reminded us of Glitter Money Rap, which is on our first album, Strike for the Nation. Something that was making a statement about who we are, why we're here right now, what we can do, which is fuck shit up. And another big part of making Nasty was, hey, it's Queen Trashley and Trashley. We're two nasty bitches here. Like, coming to our shows is not going to be a cute little fun tea party. It's going to be a sweaty, nasty, freaky, dancey, consent-heavy fucking blowout. So we wrote Nasty thinking that we'd always perform it pretty early in the lineup, letting people know what the fuck was up. And pretty much, I think our usual spot, Nasty, goes second, kind of how it is on the album. Follow, because Super K comes first, and Super K is the song that's all about getting bad bitches standing in the back of the venue to come to the front. So once we get them up there, we get Nasty.
And I will say, I feel like such a idiot white boy talking about this stuff, but I do feel like
no, you're fine.
Good for admitting it. Yeah, but I wanted to say the word unapologetic, seeing you live and seeing you be who you are. I feel inspired to be less apologetic by seeing the two of you stand on that stage and be so absolutely what you are and who you are. Do you ever get insecure or worried in this Glitter Money Queen Trashley state at all? I know it's a tough thing to ever admit in hip hop, especially. I feel like.
Yeah, no, not tough for us. We're all about radical vulnerability.
Yeah.
But honestly, the most concerned I get is when I get to a venue and I see how high the stage is, and then I have to add how tall my platforms are, and that is the most concerned I get. Hands down. One time we went on stage at 1 or 2 a.m. at Berlin, one of a Chicago staple. And even though I'd been to Berlin, I forgot that the stage was 10 feet in the air and I was wearing 6-inch platforms. So that wasn't great. But other than that, we totally have moments of insecurity, trying on tons and tons of outfits, not knowing what the fuck to pick and not knowing how to feel good in anything. The greatest asset that Glitter Money has is that there are two of us and that we're best friends. So when any kind of insecurity comes up, the other person usually keeps the other person in check.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Which is this beautiful, magical thing that I totally think only happens because we happen to be best friends for 10 years before we started the band.
Oh my gosh, yes, it's amazing to think, because of course you just keep bringing each other up the whole show, the whole album. It's very clear now to me that
that's totally how we are on our day-to-day basis. I
love that so, and it makes the duo. It's what makes the duo so important too.
Exactly, it's really fun. We can talk ourselves all the way up We can have full anxiety attacks together sometimes. It's cute. It's really cute.
I wanted to ask, so this is, did I just go dark?
For like a second, like a long blink.
My phone said my battery was low, but it's not that low. I wanted to ask, so this is, the Future Perfect Project is for queer youth and allies, and I don't think you've ever, well, maybe once you've like been just like told me you're queer, and then I was like, maybe I just made up that Ashley's queer. Like, I have no idea. I mean, I know
You think you made it up?
No, but I mean the word. Like, I'm
yeah.
so into everyone being able to label themselves, and we really use queer as like a umbrella term, and sometimes we're like, you're all queer, and but I just wonder, in terms of queerness, you can speak to it however you feel is right for you, but like, how does queerness show up specifically? Like, what are the specific ways queerness shows up? And you can also speak to like being a person of color and queerness showing up in your work. Where, I mean, it's always there, I'm assuming, but do you have any
My answer is it's always
stories?
there.
Yeah.
My answer is there's no time that it doesn't show up because it's all of who I am.
Yeah.
But I mean, it'd be hard not to write about it, you know? Like, it'd be hard to write something somewhere in the middle versus how I feel, a queer, Black anarchist. So,
do you feel like, yeah,
when things come up, like when you know, the world's crashing down to the ground because white people just realize that Black people still experience racism, you know, it's obviously the time for me to make art that is, you know, expressing how I feel as a Black person in this white patriarchal society, because I kind of can't explain where I'm starting from when I do get into what the fuck I'm tearing down. So I definitely try to pull from both what's actually happened in my life as a Black person, as a queer artist, as a budding anarchist, to where I think I will be, standing on top of like a burnt up tank holding the new flag that I created with my pussy juice. You know what I mean? Can we say pussy juice here? Look,
yes.
Glitter Money, it's the band, I'm in, I don't know, what do you want? We have a song called Love.
And the image, that's the vision that you're going for. That's like that's you naming the energy of what you're always heading towards.
Yeah.
I did mean for that to be a question, but I never used the words to make it a question. Yeah, also, I mean, that's a perfect segue.
Isn't it beautiful? I grew this. I just want to show you. This is something I grew. Now we've all seen it.
It's pretty queer.
Thank you. Here's another.
I think that's a good segue. Oh my God.
I know this one's a little baby.
Is it blue and purple?
Yes, it is blue and purple.
Okay, wow. Just segueing in terms of what you were just talking about into the song Scared, which I want to do a little bit of. No pressure to rap live on this one. Do you want to?
Well, I just figured it might be like tenfold easier than figuring out a speaker situation.
I mean, you could. Can you speak to this song, where you were when you started writing it, what this song's about?
I did grow that, Amy Shank, in the comments. I know you're shocked because I've never grown any plants ever. It is shocking. Scared. Oh man, Scared. Scared, we started writing a very, very long time ago. And I remember, I just thought back through like years of weed smoke. Wow, honestly, I deserve a reward. Anyway, I remember the first time I started writing for Scared, and kind of like me and Tay just go off and live these lives and then come back and are like, I have these song lyrics, blah, blah, blah. For Scared, I think we were at Brad Kemp's studio working on something else. And yeah, I think this is how it started, but Tay, in the comments, let them know. Anyway, I think Scared started when I was so sick. So when we were recording Binge, I was incredibly sick, like sick, like cray sick. But so I took like a lot of time out of studio, and then I came back and I could barely talk, which was great. Certainly couldn't rap, could barely talk. And I started writing about just how I was feeling, like how it felt being Black at the time. And this was just last year, just 2019. And we were just in the middle of hundreds of police murdering Black people, as we tend to be as a country. And so I remember like whispering to Tay, because I barely had any voice. And I was just like, I wrote this. I didn't want to write this. This isn't the song I want to have to write. I wrote it. Here it is. So that was the first time we like talked about Scared, and I barely had a voice, and it just felt like it came out of place of such necessity. I really just wanted to write a party album, but that is just not possible living in this world. Like, I wish it was, but there's just too much going on at all times. So that song kind of just came out of my diary, essentially, and then started taking shape by lots of feelings that I was feeling, and Rahm Emanuel on the Brown line tastes so right. During this time, Rahm Emanuel, one of the most corrupt politicians in the country, he lived by me, even though that's bizarre. And he would start taking the train in the morning on my motherfucking train route. And so seeing him on my train, I could not take it. This is right before I was sick. And I was just like heated about all of the police brutality that he had been covering up. And so I got in his face as he was standing between his two security guards. And I was like, 16 shots in the cover up, Rom. What? At like 8 a.m. Then I got off the train and went to work. And so then Scared happened. And so my first verse in Scared, originally it was written to be directly to Rom. And then it kind of just became more universal and more universal, as it turns out almost every politician in this country is corrupt. And turns out almost every politician in this country has to help uphold the white supremacy. And to do that, they have to help cover up police murder in this country. Fuck them all, but most importantly, fuck Rahm Emanuel. And I know you're not from Chicago, might not know what I'm talking about, but I think we all agree, fuck Rahm Emanuel. And I think we also agree Lori Lightfoot is a cop. So just thought we could take a chance to say that.
And if I feel like this whole interview is requires some homework. Everyone has to go onto their Google and get onto the lyrics, onto who these people are if you don't know.
Yeah, Rahm Emanuel was the mayor of Chicago, and now Lori Lightfoot is the mayor. People were excited. She's a Black lesbian. I love that, but she's a cop, and fuck her. So that's the way the cookie crumbles. Not all skin folk are kinfolk.
Can I ask you, with Scared, which is obviously all about this very topic, bringing it back to the relationship, I know we're a little over, but bringing it back to the relationship between you and Tay in terms of supporting one another, you being a woman of color and Tay being a white woman.
Tay is a woman of color. Now is a great time to clear up some misconceptions here. I don't know if you've listened to Tay's raps where she raps about being a woman of color, but Tay is a woman of color. I don't know. If
My apologies.
Tay's Persian.
Tay is Persian. Okay.
Tay's first generation. Tay is someone that has definitely experienced having to have some tough conversations with family members. And she is also someone that has seen me be discriminated against countless times. Countless. From early in our friendship to now. But most importantly, just a reminder, she's also a woman of color.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that is the answer, does answer my question. I was just going to say, in terms of the relationship you play in the song Scared, do you feel like that same idea is being held up? Like, like that. It's almost as if the song is only possible because the two of you are lifting each other up. Do you know what I mean?
No. Wait, what do you mean?
Like backing up to what we were talking about before in terms of being in a duo and the two of you always being there to lift the other up on stage and in your work.
Yes.
In Scared specifically, I found that like to be even more beautiful in a way because both of you like are having to hold each other up in something so vulnerable where you guys have different and then as you're saying like super parallel experiences as well. So
yeah, totally. I mean,
yeah.
even through the recording process, when I got my voice back, I'd be like, well, this is gonna suck. Today's gonna fucking suck because I have to record Scared, which means I have to go through all of those emotions for a full day in the booth.
Right.
Which was really tough for me. And Tay was like, oh no, Ashley, I love you. It was just so wonderful, supportive, firm. Because I think it's very important to note people can be like nice and lovely, but also firm. And she was there with me throughout that whole thing. And then the first time we performed it live, I was like, this is terrifying. Oh no, what the fuck is this shit gonna be like? Am I gonna burst into tears? I have no fucking idea. And Tay was like, but it's okay. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's okay. This is art. I made this. We do this together, and this is what we do.
Yeah. And Tay, I'm so sorry that I just made that mistake. That was a bad move on my part. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, I will never not give people a hard time about it because it's in the lyrics.
Thank you. Do you want to play? I really wanted to hear you can either play it or obviously perform it. I Feel the Suffering verse as far into the end as you'd like.
Yeah, let's see if we can make this happen.
I can tell you when. If I look it up right now, I can tell you when it is. $2.39.
Let's find out. We're going over here now.
I think you just froze, maybe? Is comments, people, am I frozen or is Ashley frozen? Are you back? Oh no. Are you back?
Yeah?
Okay.
No.
No, now you are back.
I actually can't hear you right now because I'm playing it on the speaker, but could you hear it when I was playing it? Go.
No, we couldn't. Oh, you were playing it.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Let me try. Thumbs down.
Cool, hold on a sec.
Okay, let me see if this works. I'm going to try this crazy idea. It might be that the Instagram demons are upon us. Okay, tell me. I think we lost Ashley again.
Yeah,
it didn't work.
I'm back.
I'm going to try them in my headphones.
Cool. I'll just play it from my Google, but this just involves everyone knowing that I let Google listen to me at all times, and that's just something that is true.
Okay, great.
Hey, Google, play music.
All right, music on.
Ooh, it just froze it. I think. Oh. It's chopping it up. I wonder if if Instagram is stopping it from playing.
Pain, not allowed to breathe, not allowed to feel. We all was hot, streets were hot, but we weren't together. I never know what the hashtag be his nickname or John Doe. Shaking testing. Are you with your boys? Are you on the ground? Look about six and house. Pinner they'll want to hear, but he made them nervous. No good thoughts for his family. Got staked for their service. This not normal. This is not normal. This is not normal. The list goes on and on. And I'm still burning. And my guys will be burning. And their kids will be burning. So I'm pulling the curtain. We out the edge now. Never trust us now. Never did now. They want us dead now. Who? Louder and louder. Who? We got the power. Louder and louder. We got the power. Louder and louder. We got the power. Louder and louder. We got the power.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is scared. I love that song. It is a doozy to perform on.
I bet. And it's so poignant right now. I mean, this
Yeah,
is our
wait,
normal...
hold on. I have to let Google listen to me and steal my information and sell it. Hey, Google, stop playing music. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Can you hear me? Are you synced with me?
We're good. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Just making sure.
Okay.
Yeah, this is our normal, but this is not normal. This is not normal. I'm just reading the lyrics. The list goes on, and I'm still burdened, and my kids will be burdened, and their kids will be burdened, so I'm pulling the curtain. This, yeah, anthem for the moment, and for, obviously, the moment as it's been for many, 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 many decades. And so, it's so important,
Yes.
and I'm happy to be amplifying it here. So please, everyone, listen to it. Scared is the name of the song we just played, from the album Binge by the band Glitter Money, which is Queen
Oh no,
Trashley.
Ryan, you're frozen.
Oh no.
Okay, you're unfrozen.
But that's it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. It was nice to chat with you.
Huge shout out to Tay Slay, who I accidentally called white, and who is absolutely one half of the band Glitter Money and a total star in her. And I promise I was shouting you out before I totally screwed up. So anyway.
It's totally, Ryan, it's okay. But in the songs where she's like, he immigrated, so I slay. T-A-triple-Y, like, he's like, because she's first generation American and shit. But
do you have any last parting words for young queer artists?
I do. Keep making art, even when everything's literally burning down. Even when you're staying home, quarantining between protests because you can't help but go out to the streets when people are in the streets. Even when you're in a car caravan, which I've been doing very often, just sitting there waiting for it to start. It's worth it. It'll be worth it one day, even if it's just for you.
Thank you. Taking it to heart. I love you. I'm so glad.
I love you, Ryan Amador.
We did such a good. This was enlightening to me, so I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited about the future Perfect project.
Thanks. Yeah.
I want to.
Back anytime.
I'll definitely be checking in to see how it's going.
Yeah, and we're Emma and I are starting writing a song and recording it 6-week course, and we need guests. So if you're interested in doing a one session on, you could do any of the things you do. In terms of music, that'd be great. But
dope.
Come back is what I'm saying.
I will come back. My succulents will be even bigger. I love you.
Thank you.
Talk to you later.
Bye. So that wraps up our first FPP Live series interviewing queer artists on their work and their life and how they've gotten to where they are. Once again, that's Queen Trashley, of Glitter Money. Money has 3 Y's, so go listen to them, go buy their music, watch them when we're allowed to be in places again. Total stars, the both of them. Ashley's an artist of many, many multitudes beyond Glitter Money as well, so watch out for her. An honor to have her. If you want to be part of Future Perfect Project programs, our website's thefutureperfectproject.com. You can sign up for summer programs. This week we have a writer's room topic, From Rage to Magic, with B. Anderson. We have an audition masterclass with Randy Red. And this. So it's a jam-packed week. Very exciting. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for watching. Much love to you all.